Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let us remember all our Marhoomeen as we have assembled this evening to remember the martyrs of Karbala. Those of our elders, those of the members of this community who were with us before and have passed away, let us remember and gift them one Surah Fateha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. ما شاء الله لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين خاتم النبيين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا اللهم صل على واللعنة الدائمة الباقية على أعدائهم أجمعين أما بعد. Elders of the community, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam and Iman, Assalamu alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In order to keep alive the memory of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his sacrifices on the plains of Karbala, the Imams that came after our third Imam, from fourth Imam onwards up to the 11th Imam, they suggested and recommended various acts by which they would keep the memory of the sacrifices of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and those who were together with Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Azadari is not simply getting together and a person reciting masaib like we are getting together just now. Azadari is not simply reciting poetry of lamentation. Azadari is not only beating our hands on our chest. Azadari is an institution. It was an institution that was developed from the time of our fourth Imam, taking up to our 11th and the Imam of our time, and then in the period of Ghaibat-e-Sughra and then Ghaibat-e-Kubra. This institution day by day has grown and developed. One of the parts of this institution of Azadari is performing the ziyarah of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. I request you very sincerely, very humbly, please, try and pay attention to what I'm trying to explain today. Something which we take for granted carries not only a lot of reward, but carries a great meaning and has effect upon our life in this world as well as upon our spiritual life. So ziyarat of Imam Hussein alayhi salam is one of the acts which is part of azadari. We find that our fifth Imam used to tell his followers. Now those of you who are aware of the history know that during the time of fifth Imam, the political situation for the Shias of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam was very, very difficult. They were politically not allowed to engage themselves, and they were kept under suppression, they were being oppressed. Their freedom was sort of under control. And during that time, it was not very easy for the Shias to have a gathering like we have just now. So our fifth Imam used to recommend and tell his followers that on the day of Ashura, that is on 10th of Muharram, I would like you, 2 or 3 people, get together. Sit together in one house. Have discussion about what happened in Karbala, whatever you know. And then when it is time of Asr, face towards Karbala and say, Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Even one sentence. Assalamu alayka, salam be on you, peace be upon you, ya Aba Abdullah. This was beginning. Then when during the period of Abbasis, when the situation became more free and it was possible for the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam to gather freely and to travel freely, that is now time when you find that Imam is recommending different ziyarats. So for example, you will find that it is recommended for you to be at the haram of Imam Hussein alayhi salam on 15th day of Rajab. There is a special ziyarat. 15th day of Sha'ban, there is a ziyarat. There is a special ziyarat at the time of, on the eve of, or on Laylatul Qadr, whether it is 19th, 21st or 23rd. You recite ziyarat of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, special ziyarat. On the day of Eid, there is special ziyarat. On the day of Arafah, 9th of Dhul Hijjah, there is a special ziyarat. All these ziyaras are or was a way of keeping the followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam attached to their Imam. How do we know that? It is when we recite the ziyarat and then when we understand what we are reciting, it brings to our heart, it brings to our mind, it brings within us that understanding that Imam Hussein alayhi salam's sacrifices were based on principles. See, on Thursday you recite ziyarah, which is called Ziyarat-e-Waritha. And the reason why it is called Ziyarat-e-Waritha is that if you look at the beginning sentences, you will find that we are addressing Imam Hussein alayhi salam to be the successor to Adam. Assalamu alayka ya waritha Adama safwatillah. Assalamu alayka ya waritha Nuhin Nabiyillah. So Hussein is not only warith, he is not only heir, he is not only successor of the Holy Prophet, but Hussein, because of his sacrifice, has not only saved the message of Prophet Muhammad, he has saved the message from Prophet Adam up to Prophet Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. So, in this Ziyarat-e-Waritha, only one sentence, and then I come to explain the main theme that I want to discuss today. In Ziyarat-e-Waritha we recite, وَأَشْهَدُ, and I bear witness, أَنَّكَ, you, that is now we are addressing Imam Hussain alayhi salam. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّكَ, and I bear witness that you, O Imam Hussain alayhi salam, قَدْ أَقَمْتَ الصَّلَاةِ وَآتَيْتَ الزَّكَاةِ وَأَمَرْتَ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَنَهَيْتَ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ. You established prayer. You gave zakat. You enjoined good. You forbid evil. Okay. Now, let's look at our small disease that we have. Are we ready to cure that disease? Only Riyaz Bhai wants to cure. What about the rest of us? Listen to this. This is very important. What I'm trying to tell you is, it may feel very bitter for 2-3 minutes. But inshallah, it will change your mind to see what you want to do. You want to recite, you want to listen to Ziyarat-e-Waritha. You are going to find the best reciter. Where can I find? Google. Abu Dhar Halawachi. Right? Or Karbalai. Or maybe someone else. Let me find. And then you put the voice on. Right? Whether it is CD, days of tapes have already gone away now. Okay? Nowadays it is straight direct from the computer. Listen. And then we are reciting Assalamu alayka ya waritha adama safwatillah. And we are moving our head like this. And then what we say? Kitni awaaz achhi hai iski. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. What beautiful voice he has. We don't ask this question, what is he reciting? See, there was one person in Karbala. He had gone to Karbala. He was from Africa. So, I'm not going to give you the name of the country. He was from Africa. I'm talking about somewhere mid-1960s. Mid-1960s. He went for ziyarat. Please listen to me very carefully. He went for ziyarat. Now, he is standing. During those days, Haram of Imam Hussain alayhi salam was not as developed as it is today. Okay? We are talking about mid-1960s. We are talking about time about 50, 55, 60 years ago. This person is reciting ziyarah. He is reciting ziyarah in his own language, which was in Gujarati. He was reciting the ziyarah in Gujarati. So instead of saying Assalamu alayka ya waritha adama safwatillah, he used to say Tamara upar salam tha e Adam na warith. He was saying that in Gujarati. As he was reciting the ziyarah of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he was crying. Tears were coming out. He was crying like a person who has been caught as a criminal, and now he feels guilty of all the acts that he has done. He was crying loudly. One of our brother who was quite learned saw him. So he did not ask him anything at that time. In the evening when they met, during those days they were Musafir Khana in Karbala. When they met there, this learned person asked him, he says, if you do not mind, I wish to ask you one question. He said, yes, what is the question? He said, the question is this, that you see, when I saw you this morning, you were reciting ziyarah and you were crying so loudly. I want to know why. Right? Now, maybe that scholar wanted to find out whether by reciting the ziyarah in his language, it had effect upon him. Therefore, he was crying. What is the reason? So now this man says to him, listen, when I was reciting ziyarah of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, I realized that I am the one whose acts are similar to the acts of Yazid. He says to that learned man, I am a gambler. He said, I am a drunkard. And I commit all kinds of evil. But today when I recited this ziyarah, and I was reciting in my own language, and I understood what I am addressing to Imam, today I have taken a decision. When I return home, I am going to leave all these things and become follower of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. See, yesterday night I told you, today recite Ziyarat of Chahlum. Recite in English. So that you know exactly what you are telling the Imam. Otherwise, if you want to listen to beautiful voice, and that you consider to be ziyarah, then it's just a ritual. It's a ritual like Manchester United playing Liverpool. The match has to come. They are in Premier League. If they don't play each other, they are going to lose. So if we are going to consider this as a ritual, you will get the thawab and you will recite the thawab. But the effect of that ziyarah will not be on you. And this is why I have taken this long to explain and to give you this introduction in order to come to one institution, please listen to my words now, one treasure that we have that I would like our younger brothers and sisters today to know. Recite salawat, please. Once again, please recite salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Treasure is something which everyone wants to protect. If I were to tell you, you know where I'm staying in Edinburgh? If you come out of the house there, and if you take 3 steps to the left, and then you walk straight 7 steps ahead, and then you turn towards right, if I start telling you, and if you go to that particular place, there is a treasure. There's no treasure, don't worry. I'm just giving you an example, okay? Otherwise, everyone will come at Azhar's house just now, okay? You will follow the instruction. You will follow the instruction. Listen very carefully. You will follow the instruction in order to reach to what? To the treasure. You are not going to make your own instruction. You are not going to take your own direction, because the direction says if you want to reach to that treasure, then these are the 100 steps you have to take in front. Then these are the 100 steps that you have to go to the left. And then again you have to turn left. And you will reach at this particular place where you will find a tree, and there, if you dig on the right side of the tree, you will find the treasure. You will be very careful in following each and every instruction. We have a treasure. You know what the treasure is? The treasure is Ziyarat-e-Ashura. That treasure is Ziyarat-e-Ashura. Do you know what is the power of Ziyarat-e-Ashura? Ziyarat-e-Ashura is very powerful. But of course there are conditions. To get the effect of that Ziyarat-e-Ashura, you have to take those or follow those instructions. But otherwise it is a treasure which if you were to give, I'm giving you example that one Christian was introduced to Sahifatus Sajjadiyah. When he went through Sahifatus Sajjadiyah, his comment was, you people have a treasure. You people have a treasure. What treasure? He said, look at these supplications. How you communicate with Allah Azza wa Jal. How beautifully you are communicating with Allah. So, Ziyarat-e-Ashura is a treasure. So, let's understand its importance. 2 or 3 points. Not take much time, please. But I request you to please pay attention. Recite salawat, please. Number 1, our 5th Imam, and this is a tradition that is found, that he said to one of his companions whose name was Alqama, he told him, إن استطعت أن تزوره في كل يوم بهذه الزيارة من دارك فافعل. Imam said, if you can visit him, listen to the words, if you can visit him, visit Imam Hussein alayhi salam every day through this ziyarah. Right? Then Imam says what? From your home. You see, when after we finish Majalis, and then when we face towards Qibla and when we recite Ziyarah, in actually we are telling the 14 Marhoomeen alayhimus salam, we have come to visit you. This is what Imam is trying to explain, that if you are able to visit the Imam Hussein alayhi salam by or through this ziyarah from your home, فَافْعَلْ ذَلِكَ, then you should recite this ziyarah every day.
Naray Haidari!
Okay? Let me give you an example of some of the great scholars. I am sure that you have heard about name of Sheikh Murtada Ansari. Great scholar. A person whose books, even 250 years after, these books are still being followed as textbooks in Hausa up to today. He wrote the books and they are being followed. Sheikh Murtada Ansari was a very simple personality. He was a marja, but he was very simple person. Originally he came from Iran. And it is said that when he came to Najaf, right, he had few clothes. And simple clothes. And he was leading very simple life. By the time he passed away from this world, having become marja, when he passed away from this world, he had already become marja, he was still living and leading a very simple and humble life. Such was a great person. One small incident that I think will give you the understanding of the importance of Sheikh Murtada Ansari. Recite salawat, please. Recite salawat again, please. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Sheikh Murtada Ansari, once he was conducting the classes in Najaf, and these are very high standard of ilm and knowledge that he was giving. There was one student of Shaykh who was unable to understand the lesson of Shaykh. Unable. When he was unable to understand, see what he did was, he went to the grave of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And near the grave of Imam Ali alayhi salam, he cried. He cried. Now, when he, after some time, after crying and, he got tired and he went to sleep, in the dream, he saw Imam Ali alayhi salam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. Imam Ali alayhi salam told him, what were you complaining about? He said, I was complaining to you about that I cannot understand the lesson of Shaykh Murtada Ansari. I wish I could have time in order to explain this, to put this scientifically. But not today, please. Right? I cannot understand the lesson of Shaykh Murtada Ansari. So Imam Ali alayhi salam tells that person, come near. This is all in dream. So he goes near. Imam says, come nearer. When he comes near, Imam recites Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim in his ear. What does he recite? Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now he wakes up from his dream. And then now he goes to the classes. Now whatever Shaykh is explaining to him, this fellow is able to understand everything. Everything. It is now moving very smoothly. Good flow. It reaches to a stage when this student is challenging Shaykh Murtada Ansari. Now, one of the etiquettes of Hausa teaching is that you are allowed to question the teacher. Teacher will not refuse you. Right? The meaning of ijtihad is that you are reached to that position and that possibility, or reach to that stage where you are able to discern and able to make your own judgment. That is meaning of ijtihad. And you have to go through that process. So, this student is not only questioning now, this student is challenging Shaykh Murtada Ansari. And Shaykh Murtada Ansari very politely is answering, until it reaches to a stage that this man has become rude now to a teacher. One day when the lesson was over, Shaykh Murtada Ansari told that student, please wait. I want to talk to you. So when all the other students left, come here. You are now reached to a stage where you are challenging me or being rude to me. Why is it that? And the student, said, I know. Shaykh Murtada Ansari told him, listen. The one who recited in your ear, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, has recited up to Waladhalin in my ear. I only want to tell you this thing, my younger brothers and sisters. I want to tell you this thing. There is a lot of power in taqwa. There is so much power in you. Number one, keeping yourself away from those things which Allah has made haram. And number two, in performing your wajibat. Leave aside mustahabbat. Leave mustahabbat. Don't even perform mustahabbat. But just remain away from muharramat and perform your wajibat. You will slowly build up yourself and you will have so much power. In order for you, power is not that of shooting the gun. This is the power by which you will be able to understand that what is the purpose of your life. And you will try to lead your life so that you got nearer and nearer to Allah Azza wa Jal. Sheikh Murtada Ansari had reached to that stage. Sheikh Murtada Ansari's grandson himself says that my grandfather had a habit. He says that he was reciting Ziyarat-e-Ashura twice, daily. Once in the morning, once in the evening. Now it is said that when Sheikh Murtada Ansari passed away, someone saw him in a dream and asked him, Ya Sheikh, what is your position in the year after? Right? Let us understand one thing. The management there is totally different from here. There is Allah's management there. So we may try to think within our limited knowledge that this is what is going to happen in Qabr. Don't take anything for granted that it is going to be smooth sailing. Yes, have hope that Allah is merciful, and definitely is merciful. But remember, it is your deeds. Let's remind ourselves of one hadith. 6th Imam told, he says, we will intercede on behalf of our followers on the day of judgment. In other words, we will tell Allah, Ya Allah, he is my follower, he is my follower, she is my follower, that is my follower, these are Shias. Ya Allah, forgive them. Allah will accept the request of the Imams and will forgive us. This is shafa'at in simple words. But Imam said, we will not do shafa'at of those who are tariqus salat, who leave out their daily prayers. Those who do not recite their daily prayers, we are not going to talk to them. So what is Imam emphasizing? You, up to your level best, try and perform the deeds. All of us perform our good deeds. And those are the things that are going to assist us in there. So this person is asking, recite salawat please. This person in dream is asking Sheikh Murtada Ansari, what is your position? And Sheikh Murtada Ansari replies him 3 times, Ashura, Ashura, Ashura. In other words, Sheikh Murtada Ansari was trying to tell him, I'm definitely sure that that person must have seen Sheikh Murtada Ansari in a way that his face is glowing and there is no problem, there is no trouble. Right? And that is why Sheikh Murtada Ansari told him, Ashura, 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 meaning recite Ziyarat-e-Ashura, Ziyarat-e-Ashura. Do not leave out Ziyarat-e-Ashura. This is one example. Second example is of a great scholar, Allama Amini, the one who has compiled what is called Mafatihul Jinan, one who has compiled a valuable encyclopedia of 11 volumes of Al-Ghadir. Al-Ghadir is considered to be one of the best encyclopedia on the succession of Imam Ali alayhi salam after the death of the Holy Prophet. It's really containing that information. Anything that is related to Ghadir is in there. Imagine how much time Allama Amini had to use or find in order to collect all these resources, in order to collect all these traditions and everything. Yet Allama Amini teaching, compiling books, looking after the library in Najaf, setting up the library in Najaf, doing all this, Allama Amini always used to find time to recite Ziyarat-e-Ashura every day. So the question now comes is, why should we recite Ziyarat-e-Ashura every day? What is the benefit? That is what I want to try and answer, and I will come towards explaining as to what happened to Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam after the event of Karbala. Recite salawat, please. First thing I want to explain one point in there. See Ziyarat-e-Ashura. If you look at Ziyarat-e-Ashura, it is not a short ziyarat, and it is not a very long ziyarat. But it is a ziyarah which takes at least 10 minutes to recite. So there are many themes in Ziyarat-e-Ashura, and we are not going to discuss the themes today, but I am just picking up one sentence in there and trying to explain before I come to what is the benefit of reciting Ziyarat-e-Ashura every day. We say in that ziyarah to Allah Azza wa Jal, أن يرزقني طلب ثارك مع إمام منصور من أهل بيت محمد صلى الله عليه وآله اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Listen to the meaning now, because the question now will come from there. To enable me to avenge for your blood with the supported Imam from the progeny of Prophet Muhammad. So you are praying to Allah Azza wa Jal to include you in the army of our 12th Imam, and the work in the army of the 12th Imam, one of the works would be to avenge for the blood of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. So you are going to ask me this question. How is this possible? Mukhtar already did all the work. Mukhtar found all those culprits and all those leaders and slayed each one of them. So they are dead, finish. Mukhtar has avenged the blood of Imam Hussain. Why do I say in Ziyarat-e-Ashura, pray to Allah, أن يرزقني, that Allah Azza wa Jal gives me that opportunity or enables me to take revenge on the blood of Imam Hussain alayhi salam together with the 12th Imam, meaning to help the 12th Imam. Ayatollah Jawad Amuli has explained this beautifully. This is related to us today. He says that Imam Hussain alayhi salam has two personalities. Please listen very carefully, those who want to understand the answer. Imam Hussain alayhi salam has two personalities. One is, he says, is haqiqi, which is natural, meaning the physical body of Imam Hussain alayhi salam and the life that he used to live, right? This is haqiqi, this is natural. And the second personality of Imam Hussain alayhi salam is huquqi, which is legal. What is huquqi? What is legal? Huquqi is the position of wilayat, the position of imamat, the position of khilafat. So Imam Hussain alayhi salam was Hussain, grandson of the Holy Prophet, son of Ali and Fatima, haqiqi. This is natural personality. The other personality of Imam Hussain alayhi salam was that he was the third successor of the Holy Prophet. This is huquqi, this is legal. On the day of Ashura, they killed both the personalities of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. When Mukhtar sought the revenge of the blood of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, he sought to avenge the blood of Imam Hussain alayhi salam from both perspectives or from both aspects, haqiqi as well as legal. In other words, he followed and he slayed those people because not that they were Umar Asad, not because he was Ubaidullah ibn Ziyad, not because he was Yazid. These are the people who killed the grandson of the Holy Prophet, who was the Imam of the time. Right? So, we have understood what is haqiqi, what is huquqi. So, Ayatollah Jawad Amuli says that when we pray to Allah Azza wa Jal for us to avenge the blood of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, in reality we are asking Allah to give us that opportunity to fight against those who want to destroy the position of wilayat, the position of imamat, the position of khilafat. And there are plenty of such people today. In fact, some people even are questioning whether Imam alayhimus salam are ma'asum or not. There are people who are questioning about whether the 12th Imam is there or not. And there are people who question about whether really these 12 Imams are there. In other words, really did the Holy Prophet appoint these 12 Imams or not? Now this is challenge to the legal position. This is challenge to wilayat. This is challenge to khilafat. This is challenge to imamat. And I and you as followers of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam, this is our duty to try and defend in whatever way we can defend. And if that person takes up a sword, then we have to defend with the sword. If they take up arms, we have to defend with arms. If you look at the agenda of the takfiris today, whether it is in Syria or whether it is in Iraq, their agenda is simple, straightforward. Shias are kafir. You give them opportunity to go to the haram of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. You don't know what they will do. Maybe my younger brothers do not know. But we know that in 1926 they destroyed all the graves in Jannatul Baqi. But do you know that before they destroyed all the graves in Jannatul Baqi, these Wahhabis, these Salafis, they had gone to Karbala 150 years before that, and they had looted the haram of Imam Hussein, they had looted the haram of Imam Ali in Najaf, they had taken away all the gold and everything from there and came and returned to Saudi Arabia. These are some of the things that are not being talked about. But this is the agenda. Destroy the position of wilayat. But be rest assured, what I told you yesterday night, that Zainab alayhi salam told Yazid, you will never be able to erase our remembrance. You will never be able to.
Babazi Buladar Salawat.
So now we come to this point as to what is the benefit of reciting Ziyarat-e-Ashura every day. Okay? Now many a times when you go to any alim or you go to someone to talk to and explain, Baba, I have this problem. There is problem in my rizq. There is problem at home. There is problem with my children. There is problem with my health. Many a times a zakir or alim or someone will advise him, look, you do this amal and for 40 nights or 40 days recite Ziyarat-e-Ashura. So now your intention of Ziyarat-e-Ashura is that whatever difficulty, whatever trouble you are facing, it goes away. But you don't have any problem. You, alhamdulillah, are living, mashallah, very well. Right? The family is strong. Your health, mashallah, is very good. Yet, you are being told to recite Ziyarat-e-Ashura every day. Why? Ziyarat-e-Ashura is a means this is one of the benefits which I'm only going to explain today, is a means by which you keep your connection with the Imam of our time strong. In Ziyarat-e-Ashura, you are addressing whom? Imam Hussain alayhi salam. And you are talking about all those things about which Imam Hussain alayhi salam, how his right was taken away, and then you are also expressing that you want to lead the life. Allahumma ja'alni mahya Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad wa mamati mamata Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad. You want to lead a life of Muhammad and ali Muhammad. You want to have a death which was the death like that of Muhammad and ali Muhammad. All this is revolving around that you remember Imam Hussain alayhi salam, but you are strengthening your connection with the Imam of our time. See, this is one thing. I don't know about you. I will talk about myself. It's something which I lack. My connection with the Imam of my time is not that strong as it should be. And the reason why it is not strong is because I have not yet understood what is the personality, what is the position, and who is the Imam of my time. If I were to understand, if there is a person here who is a genius, and if he were to help me in solving one or two problems, and someone was to describe to me, this person is like this person is like this person is like this. Imagine what kind of respect and what kind of connection I will have with him, because he is a genius and because he is one who is able to help me. If we were to understand the personality, and Ziyarat-e-Ashura gives us that personality, gives us that ability in order every day. Remember, the condition is that you are reciting Ziyarat-e-Ashura in order to seek nearness to Allah Azza wa Jalla. You are not reciting Ziyarat-e-Ashura because it is a tradition. If it is for tradition, forget about it. But recite Ziyarat-e-Ashura so that you are able to be nearer and nearer to Allah. You see, in Arabic there is a word. Recite salawat, please. There is a word which is called in Arabic as murabata. Murabata means adhering. Adhering meaning that you follow and practice whatever you have been told to. That is the meaning of adhering. And this is the meaning of murabata. Right? It is used, for example, murabata is used to mean those soldiers who are at the frontier adhering to protect the government or the Islamic kingdom. These soldiers are called murabata. Now in Surah Al-Imran, the third surah, the last ayat number 200, Allah Azza wa Jal says, listen to this. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu sbiru wa sabiru wa rabitu. So there is a sabr, and then you have to be sabir, and then there is the word rabit. From where comes the word? Murabata. Fifth Imam, Imam Muhammad Baqir, salawatullah wa salamuhu alayhi. He says to one of his companions, Isbiru ala ada'il fara'ir. Be patient in performing the obligatory actions. Right? In other words, patient meaning over here is don't delay your salat. Don't say I'm going to fast after Ramadan because it's too long. I know here Edinburgh is longer than down south. I'm going to do it in December. December is very easy. Right? That is not the meaning of sabir. It is meaning that you are persistent in performing your wajibat. وَصَابِرُوا عَدُوَّكُمْ. And you should be patient, right? Or you should stand up against your enemies. That is meaning of sabiru. And then Imam says, وَرَابِطُوا إِمَامَكُمُ الْمُنْتَظَرِ. Fifth Imam is saying, and adhere to waiting for the 12th Imam, or for the awaited Imam. Fifth Imam had said this. This is what Ziyarat-e-Ashura does to you. It gives you, it adheres you awaiting the 12th Imam. Because whatever you describe in Ziyarat-e-Ashura, that is meant for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, is also meant for the Imam of our class. Understand the importance of Ziyarat-e-Ashura. I've tried to explain. And may Allah Azza wa Jal, inshaAllah, give us the tawfiq that we will recite Ziyarat-e-Ashura every day. Recite Salah. My dear elders, brothers and sisters, very quickly explain shortly about what happened after the Ahlul Bayt were revealed. And then one short masaib regarding the Ahlul Bayt of their arrival in Medina, inshaAllah. Just for the younger brothers to explain exactly what happened. It is mentioned that after the Ahlul Bayt, it is the captives. This is Bibi Zainab alayhi salam, this is Kulthum, the other ladies, and including our fourth Imam when they were released from Damascus. Yesterday I explained to you how our fourth Imam asked Yazid to provide a house, and in that house the azadari and the condolence meeting took place, where people came and paid their condolences to Bibi Zainab alayhi salam and the other ladies. And then when these people were ready after 7 days, Bashir, one of those persons who was appointed by Yazid to take them up to Medina. And Bibi Zainab alayhi salam told Imam Ali Zainul Abidin that before we go to Medina, we would like to go to Karbala. So they arrive in Karbala. Again, historians have differed. Many historians said that they stayed for 3 days. Some of the historians said that they stayed for more than 3 days. And some of the historians mention that Bibi Rabab, who had lost Ali Asghar in Karbala, lost Sakina in Damascus, was not ready to leave Karbala. She said that she was going to be there and looking after the grave of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. May Allah Azza wa Jal give all of us that opportunity, inshaAllah, once in our lifetime, to go to Karbala, inshaAllah. When you go to Karbala, you will see the dhari of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, where there is the grave of Imam Hussein. In there are buried Imam Hussein, Hazrat Aliyun al-Akbar, and Aliyun al-Asghar. Then on the right hand side of that dhari is yet another big dhari where all the other shuhada of Karbala were buried. And this was done all according to the instructions of Imam Ali Zainul Abidin. And then if you come out a little only, you will find another small dhari of Habib ibn Madahir. And of course, today you can see that scenario, and I'm sure that you will have seen those pictures also, showing as to how Karbala is filled with Zawar of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. And you look at the distance between the haram of the Imam Hussein alayhi salam and the haram of Hazrat Abul Fadl Abbas, filled with people. And you have that Nawha or Marthiya Bain al-Haramain. It is the haram of Abul Fadl Abbas, haram of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. Again, these are treasures, believe me. These are treasures. Great scholars who have gone to visit there have said that one of them said, I don't remember his name just now, he said that when I entered into the haram of Hazrat Abul Fadl Abbas, I found Tawheed there, Tawheed. I understood Tawheed there. And from there, when I went to the haram of Imam Hussain alayhi salam, my knowledge about Tawheed increased. These are not just places. These are those areas or those about whom Allah Azza wa Jal has praised in the Holy Quran. Those houses where we are allowed to raise our voices and to remember Allah Azza wa Jal. So after a few days, these people now leave and they are going towards Karbala. I wish I would have been able to come with different versions that are there, and we would try then to understand exactly what had happened, but leaving that aside, just to explain and then come towards that one part of the masaib that I want to recite, is that when they arrived in Karbala, Imam Ali Zainul Abidin al-Islam told Bashir, go and inform the people that we have come. Bashir goes and informs the people, and people start coming out of there. Because Imam Ali Zainul Abidin al-Islam and the whole group is outside Medina, they have come to pay condolences. And after that, then they entered into Medina. And there is one thing that I must mention in English, and I will come towards masaib. That when Bibi Zainab alayha salam arrived at the grave of the Holy Prophet, she said, grandfather, I have brought a gift for you. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam is telling, oh grandfather, your son Hussein has been killed. Oh grandfather, I have brought a gift for you. And then Bibi Zainab alayhi salam took out that shirt which Imam Hussein was wearing when he was slain, and then put the shirt on the grave of the Holy Prophet. And after that, Janab Zainab alayhi salam said, oh father, there is a gathering of people who are na mahram. If there was no one over here, oh grandfather, I would have shown to you how Zainab was whipped on her back from Karbala to Kufa and from Kufa to Damascus. अजरुकुम अल्लाह, खुदा आपको किसी गम में न रुलाए सिवाय गम इमाम हुसैन अलैहिस्सलाम ने। अज़ादारान इमाम हुसैन अलैहिस्सलाम, जब ये लुटा हुआ काफिला मदीने के बाहर पहुंचा है, बस अज़ादारों, जब मदीने की दीवार जनाब उम्मे कुलसूम ने देखी, तो एक मर्तबा जनाब उम्मे कुलसूम ने एक मरसिया पढ़ा, मदीना तुजद्दिना ला तक़बलीना, मदीना तुजद्दिना ला तक़बलीना, فبالحسرات والأحزان جئنا خرجنا منك بأهلين جمعا رجعنا لا رجالا ولا بنينا. ऐ हमारे जद के मदीना, हमको कबूल न करना। आज जब हम वापस आए हैं तो हमारे दिलों में गम भरा हुआ है। जब हम यहाँ मर्द सब थे, आज हम जो वापस आए हैं तो कोई बाकी नहीं है सिवाय इमाम अली ज़ैनुल आबिदीन। बस अज़ादारों, जब ये लुटा हुआ काफिला दाखिल होता है और अज़ादारों जब मोहम्मद हनफिया को पता चलता है मोहम्मद हनफिया बीमार थे, मैंने तुम्हारी ज़हमत को तमाम किया। अज़ादारों मोहम्मद हनफिया ने सहारा लेके उस जगह पर आए जहां इमाम अली ज़ैनुल आबिदीन का खैमा था। किसी ने इमाम को कहा कि तुम्हारे चचा आ रहे हैं। इमाम खैमे से बाहर निकले। अब चचा भतीजे एक दूसरे को देखते हैं। एक मर्तबा मोहम्मद हनफिया ने इमाम अली ज़ैनुल आबिदीन को गले से लगाया। अज़ादारों, इमाम ने कहा, ऐ चचा जरा आहिस्ता आहिस्ता गले लगाना। इमाम ने मोहम्मद हनफिया ने पूछा, अरे बेटा क्यों आहिस्ता गले लगा लूं? एक मर्तबा इमाम ने कहा, ऐ चचा करबला से कूफा, कूफा से शाम ताज़ियाना खा के سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. Please join me in this dua, because after dhikr of Ahlul Bayt, inshallah, dua is accepted by Allah Azza wa Jal. اللهم بحق محمد وانت المحمود، وبحق علي وانت الأعلى، وبحق فاطمة وانت فاطر السماوات والأرضين، وبحق الحسن وانت المحسن، وبحق الحسين وانت قديم الإحسان، وبحق 9 المعصومين من ذرية الحسين عليهم السلام. बार इलाहा हमारी इस कलील आज़ादारी को तेरी बारगाह में कबूल फरमा। बार इलाहा हमारे गुनाहान कबीरा और सगीरा को माफ़ करना। बार इलाहा हमारे वालिदैन के गुनाहान कबीरा और सगीरा को माफ़ करना। खुदाया मोहम्मद और आले मोहम्मद का वास्ता जो मुमिनीन और मुमिनात बीमार है उनको शिफाए आजिल और सेहत कामिल अता फरमा। खुदाया जो मुमिनीन और मुमिनात तकलीफ़ों और मुश्किलों में हैं उनकी तकलीफ़ों और मुश्किलों को दूर फरमा। खुदाया जो मुमिनीन और मुमिनात मकरूज़ है, खुदाया उनके तेरे ख़ज़ाने गैब से उनके कर्ज़ को पूरा फरमा। खुदाया उलमाए दीन का साया हमारे सर पर बाकी रखना। खुदाया तेरी हुज्जत इमाम ज़माना के ज़ुहूर में ताजील फरमा। उनके अस्हाब और अंसार में हमको शामिल करना। सल्लल्लाहु अला मुहम्मद व आलिहि ताहिरीन। मातम हुसैन।
या हुसैन।